Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Papa Bale and welcome to the channel. I got these new resistors right here in the mail. Pretty okay so far. Keeping everything chill like they're supposed to. Okay, so we got trifecta, and that is we got 3 parallel circuits that are wound in series around the 120-degree positions on the stator here. It's the pulse motor. The rotor's in the middle. The stator's on the outside, which is the coils. They're at 120 degrees. Okay, and we got a 22, 26, and a 30 going parallel from that coil to this coil in series. So each strand is basically wound in series with itself throughout the 3 coils. Hence the parallel and series. Personally, I think that the series, just running it in series, each one of these connected to its own transistor, is a better way to do it, with its own trigger strand. I mean, at this point, it doesn't really need its own trigger strand, which leads me to my next part of this. We have now 2 trigger strands that aren't being used for anything, so I'll link them together, send them through a couple capacitors, through a Schottky diode, this little thing right here. And currently I'm just going to hook it up to the oscilloscope and see what it looks like. But yeah, let's turn it on. Turn it up to like 14, looks good. Now you just grab this little donut here. And you got that one trigger. But it triggers, the way it's hooked up, it triggers everything, so it's all good. Alright, so yeah, let's hook up that link to this right here. Alright, so I think we're even going to bring it this way. And get this up off the ground. Put it right there. And take our little clip here. Look at that. Look at how crazy that is. Oh my God. And you can see that the performance isn't, very good. It's not as good as having them all have their own trigger strands and running them. And these are all on the same, they're on the coil. The coil's on the magnet, so when one magnet hits the trigger in the first coil, they all have to be hitting a magnet or it won't work. Even if it's a little offset, it'll grip. It'll eventually go. But I mean, if it's a smart goal, this doesn't really count. When the other two ways do it way better. But I mean, if we did every strand parallel, that's 9 transistors that are going to be extremely volatile. Even with these awesome resistors that I got. Oh man, I can't hold still enough for it to focus. I hope somebody can read all that. But you can say the amp wave funnel coil doesn't really have some volatile action going on in there. But this is just the two strands of 32 gauge that are left over from not needing them to trigger the 2 trigger strands from the other 2 coils. And this is what that looks like after going through 2 capacitors and Schottky diode. I think that's awesome. It's raw, but it's awesome. So about 600, about 600, 650 volts. Average, pretty much negative. I don't know what all this means, like trig, okay? And I get that last one. Can we see what it is? DC. Let's look at the AC if we can. Can we look at the AC? AC. Nice. You can hear it's kind of humming now, but so this is the parallel series at 120 degrees. So it's just each coil is hooked up in series with itself exactly. To form parallel, 3 parallel circuits. But honestly, I do think there are 2 different ways that have much more performance, lots more torque, and that's to undo this, give these coils back their trigger strands, and then either connect them in series, let them trigger themselves, have one set and one offset, and then the other one, then we'd actually have to end up having 4 of them, which we can do, and we'll just do the cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west. Like that. And then be set and offset without even trying, because it's a 9 magnet rotor. Perfect, man. I mean, how it's so easy. But that means I need to make one more, and I don't have any 22 gauge left. But I do have 18 gauge. Or I could run two 26s. But I think I need at least the 18 gauge. But I don't think it's going to fit in the coil like that. Alright, well, thank you very much. It's been awesome. This is great. This is actually good. I mean, it runs well. Peace out. Have a good night. Please subscribe. Bye now.